Hello, hello, and welcome to our studio office. My name's Kelsey.
My name's Becky.
We are the Sorry Girls, and this is where we make all of our design DIY content for the internet. Thanks to Decennial for sponsoring a portion of today's video.
Specifically, we've been in this space for about 4 years now, and we gave you a tour earlier on, but a lot of things have changed since, so it's time for an update. Let's start with the entryway where we are currently.
The focal point here is our telephone booth. It is a vintage 1930s phone booth that I got, obviously, online. I bought this for voiceovers, but not gonna lie, the voiceovers don't sound very good in there. So it's kind of just like cute, and sometimes some people take calls in there. We have some industrial hooks here made from some pipe because this whole space, it's like a warehouse. We want to lean into that industrial vibe. To really sell this industrial warehouse, we put our name on the wall. This is freshly painted, but we made it look distressed, and I love it.
Over here, we've got this entryway seat. This ottoman actually is part of a set of a whole bunch of couches that I will show you later. It just didn't have a spot with the rest of them, so we had to keep it in the family. We gave it a bit of an upcycle, raised it up, combined it with this gorgeous giant wooden planter that Rochelle made for us, and now it's really a statement piece when you come in the front door. And over here on this wall, this was just an empty blank pillar for so long. It wasn't doing much for us, so we decided to add some picture ledges to just display our magazines, our art books, and some other art done by some members of the team here at the office.
Let's head to the kitchen.
This is our kitchen, and when we moved in here, it was a very bare bones, simple kitchen. So everything that you see was pretty much done and designed by us. This whole tile backsplash we put in, one of the first times I think both of us had ever tiled anything, and it's still held up and it's looking good. So
it's the first and almost the best that I've done.
It looks legit. This shelf up here was designed by us. We hung all of our pots up these lovely hooks. Cool art, cool lights.
And then we have this big, there's technically 2 tables so that it's a little versatile for us, but this is where the team can eat lunch, hang out, stand and work. And these were, of course, made by the Sorry Girls, Rochelle. And these tabletops we actually cut from our old office table because we got a new office table in our back office. So we love that we were able to put these to use. And something else we were able to give a second life are these gorgeous bar stools. They were $10 each on Marketplace, and we won't stop talking about it.
The comfiest bar stools you'll ever find. It's hard to find good bar stools, and these are it. All right.
Okay, so over here we have our bathroom and our vanity. And if you've seen our videos before, the bathroom has not been updated. It's cozy and moody. We love it. It serves its purpose. We also really love the in-use light. This was Becky's idea. It's hard to tell when somebody's in the bathroom, especially when you don't have a visible lock system. So when you go and turn on the lights inside, the in-use light. It's like a recording light, but for bathroom.
And we are not recording you, to be clear.
But we do sometimes record in the bathroom. That's where we do the voiceover since the phone booth didn't really work out.
Over here is our vanity / glam corner. We have these floating shelves that we upcycled from IKEA parts. And I love that there's nothing super bulky over here. It's very light in color. It's very airy. We have these light up mirrors as well as these really big soft globe lights just to give you the best lighting for your makeup and hair when you're getting ready.
And out of all the places in the office, I think this area and the bathroom are the only ones that we have not redone at least twice or 3 or 4 times.
We did it right.
We did it right, and I'm actually still so happy. It's just simple and beautiful.
No notes. So over here is our fireplace wall. This fireplace Rochelle found secondhand online, and when it came to the office, it was just like a cream white color. But we thought it blended in a little too much with this wall. For how cool it is, you really should see it, and it should be a standout moment. So that's when we decided to paint it this beautiful cobalt blue color. And we actually found tile that was the exact same matching color, and it's so much more of a statement piece now.
This is a bioethanol burning fireplace, which is a clean burn fuel. We don't have like the proper fireplace hookup, unfortunately, but this definitely works for our occasional needs. And it's a vibe.
So when we gave this fireplace a makeover and painted it this color, we didn't do anything to the wall above, and a lot of you said it felt a little empty. And you know what? We agreed.
So we shopped on Desenio to build this gallery wall. They have so many amazing pieces, photography, graphic art, word art, and even this classic little Snoopy moment.
And if you're totally lost and don't even know where to start about picking prints that go well together, they have this whole collections feature where they recommend pieces that make gallery walls very easy.
For our space, we chose Yellow Still Life with Flowers, In Bloom 2.0 by Sylvia Taken, and Photo Automat.
We got our prints with these dark oak frames, but there's so many different framing options to go with the art you choose, and honestly, so easy to hang.
Some other posters we got also include the Dog Lamp and Cherry Madness.
You can let us know where we should place those prints once you've seen the rest of the tour.
And to make your own gallery wall, you can use our code SorryGirls45 for 45% off of posters, 10% off of frames, and you can use that from October 15th to October 31st. And if you need some inspo, check out at Desenio.
All right, let's carry on this way.
Hi guys.
Over here is our more official office space. To be fair, people work everywhere and all over, but this is the official office zone. We have this gorgeous vintage huge boardroom table that I love so much for this space. Over here we also have our big clear board. It's basically a whiteboard, but it's clear. Come on. And we can write so many lists and brainstorm here together as a team.
And we made it, because of course we did. I feel like I need to point out everything we've made, but that's just almost impossible in this space. But something that might be obvious we made. So this is a bunch of filing cabinets that we assembled together to make this kind of wall moment. I love it. I know it's not everybody's taste. It's weird. I wouldn't do it in my house, but like I feel like it really works for the space, and all of the color is picked up throughout the entire office. So this needed a moment, and this is new, but when we first moved into our office, we put up this wallpaper, and Becky trusted me when I said we're going to put up the wallpaper and we're also going to rip down the wallpaper at the same time. But I think it makes it feel like it's been here for 150 years and goes with our whole industrial area.
Yeah, we're doing a lot here. It's industrial. It's a little bit like old European, but this is kind of modern and fun, and I think it works. And you know what? If nothing else, like you see this and you think of us, and this is clearly our space, and I love that we have a point of view.
That's a great point.
Thank you so much.
I love that. Sometimes being you is better than being right or perfect.
That's on that. All right, let's go this way.
Oh, you know what I need to show you guys actually? In this cabinet, this is like a little Sorry Girls shrine. In here we have like some memorabilia stuff. Oh my God.
No, take the tape off.
Wait, but it's so relatable. We got a Streamy Award, but
it broke.
So we repaired it multiple times, but we just have a bunch of elements in here that are like Sorry Girls lore. If you know, you know. If you don't, just go all the way back to 2010. Becky's little robot bar cart. Our NHL stand when the Stanley Cup came to our office, and then Rochelle found a mini Stanley Cup, so she said, of course I need to DIY the stand that we DIY'd for the Stanley Cup. Anyways, this is our little moment. This is where all our little Sorry Girls lore stuff goes. Now we can go.
Over here is a spot that we kind of affectionately call the Moody corner because of the paint color. It's been so many different setups over its lifetime, but generally serving as just like a nice seating spot. Most recently, it actually does function as something. These cabinets store all of our film equipment and gear. This ottoman was a custom build from scratch, just literally to fit this zone.
This is a light that Becky made. It's so beautiful, and when you really take a step back and you like walk in the front door, it's just a really nice piece to have up high. And she handmade it, and it's so lovely. Also up high, we have our Painted Lady. This is a print that we found on the Met Gallery Open Access website, and so it's free. You print it yourself, and she's been around the office in multiple areas, but we like her here. I think this really just builds on the height that we have in this office, which is a hard thing to style when you have so much height. Like you need to use that height, otherwise it feels very weird. This is our play button gallery wall. So we have our main channel silver and gold, as well as our vlog channel silver.
Pretty proud of this gold one, not only because it's a million, but also because they don't make this style anymore. We've got one of the original ones, and I think it looks so much cooler than the new ones. I'm sorry, YouTube.
Yeah, well, it was hard to ship these ones. That's like real glass, but these ones are, yeah, a little bit easier to ship. But I will say, we still have room to build on our play button gallery wall. So if you want to help us get to 10 million, we will take your subscribe. It's free for you, but it'll look great on our wall if we had that.
Perfect spot for it.
Yeah.
Out this door leads into our backyard space, which is a space we use a lot in the summer when the weather is nice. We painted this huge mural of colorfulness on the brick wall. We have a table out there to eat lunch. We also have a big work table so you can do woodworking projects, basically make a mess outside because it doesn't matter.
Let's go to the other places we make messes.
Now let's take you into our studio space where we do a lot of big DIY builds. So we actually put up this entire wall to try and keep this mess in here and not let it get out there. This is a faux industrial style glass wall, but it's actually just plexi. And speaking of things that we built that weren't here before, this entire storage room behind you didn't exist. We put up the 3 walls to build one of the only real rooms in this place.
Yeah.
We plastered the whole thing to give it a fun texture, put up some beautiful pendant lights, which we're still looking for the missing third to that set, but we'll get into that storage space in a second.
Over here, this is a very geniusly engineered shelving system that we erected in this room. I think it's just so pretty. Again, we need to play with height when it comes to the studio. So we put something really tall in here. We have our rolling ladder because literally, of course, you have to. And then it's just a nice background with some styled elements and also pieces that we can actually use for like decor and whatnot. And then lastly, over here behind the curtain is actually a garage door. Becky made these drop cloth curtains from drop cloths. Because why not? It's affordable and it definitely goes with what we do here.
Okay, let's tell you about this storage room. You are inside of our storage room, which literally, like we said, was built just to store all of our tools and DIY supplies, and kind of is the one place that we kind of allow to be a little messier because it just holds so much stuff. But actually, it's been given a new life and serves a new purpose, which we'll talk about in a second. Back here is an old piece of THG history, this drawer system, which originally was IKEA. It was in our old space. We've redone it a couple different times. Now it has plywood, beautiful light wood door fronts. And something like this is just so necessary for us because we have so many little things, little screws, little bits and bobs, and they need to go somewhere organized like this.
Over here, for more organization, we actually have these cabinets that came from an old airport. Like you can literally see where they were storing some kind of pamphlets or paperwork with all these cities. And they were actually free from somebody who ended up being a subscriber. Like, just too perfect. And we love pieces with a story. The doorknob on this door is from an old post office. That was not free, but
worth it.
We love a story. If you know the Sorry Girls, you know we love a vintage story. Tell us a good story and we'll buy it.
You have my money if the story's good.
So over here, you might be like, why are there just monitors in your storage room / workshop? And that's because we have our series from the workshop floor where we film in here. The table's sitting over there, and we set this space up as our set to chat with the ladies and talk about all things DIY design, play some games. I love filming that series. So
yeah, it's a once a week show, and I think it's just kind of funny that we shoot it in here in the storage room. It just feels really relaxed. It's not too overproduced. It's chill. It's fun.
It's so chill. It's not overproduced. All the cushions that we need to put on the floor live up there, but that's okay. It's chill. Let's take you to the very last space.
maybe my favorite space.
Oh,
Behind this wall is our sort of formal sitting area slash boardroom. And what's wild is that this was never actually a room when we first moved in. It was just kind of a long hallway area.
it's like basically a loading bay because there's another garage door in here.
Yeah, and we always thought if this was walled off, it would be a nice area to have private conversations, take meetings. It just makes so much sense to turn it into a real room. So we did, and that was the first time we ever really built a wall. Like, we did the thing.
You built a wall. I was surprised when I walked into the office one day and we had a wall, but we talked about it. Such amazing doors too.
Really, the project came together when we found these secondhand online. They were so stunning, and they're such a showstopper piece in this whole space. When we first got them or picked them up secondhand, they were painted white.
I returned them to original wood. Not immediately. It took like 2 weeks, but we made it. I'm happy. We're gonna move on.
So worth it.
All right.
Check it out. I say I love this space because just the lighting that you get in here, it's just so beautiful.
These couches were another great find, secondhand, online, $800, and they're just perfect. We like how modular they are if we need to like make this space something else, since we are always moving things around for shooting. And it goes so well with this table that Rachel made. It's a concrete table that, you know, we're not moving it because it's very heavy, but it's a great piece too.
We painted this really fun mural on this wall. I think one of the first murals. There's been several in this office, but this is the one that kick-started our love of murals. And I love all the color choices we made in it. It's so fun. It's a little vintage leaning, but also has some fun, fresh colors in it, which makes me happy.
And also when we're on our video calls, we get so many compliments in this room and our background just because of how colorful it is. Also in this space, we have our art easel monitor. This was a, like Restoration Hardware?
I think Restoration Hardware was selling a TV stand that looked like an old art easel. We said, let's start by finding the old art easel first.
Yeah.
Another cool story piece. I think this came from a New York artist. It got brought up here to Toronto.
So it has real paint on it.
Behind us is our big boardroom table. We take a lot of meetings back here. We do a lot of team lunches back here. We've even DIY'd back here from time to time, which I'm always playing that fine game of this is not meant to be a messy work zone.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. So I'll DIY a little bit, but I'll clean up immediately.
Yeah, and this table is from IKEA, which I feel like it doesn't look like an IKEA table. It's a beautiful piece. Back here we have this garage door, which is amazing for light and in this warm weather, having a breeze. I also really love our genius engineering work up here. So because of the way the garage door opens, we needed to do a cantilever system with the wires and the pole, thrifted shades. We did it all, and I love it.
It's one of those things you would never notice, but if I pointed out how complicated this light was, you would appreciate.
We're not gonna let you leave without telling you that. A little mini moment in this plant. If you know the Sorry Girls, you know that I love a mini moment. So this is a little tree house and greenhouse that I built.
And you built the mini greenhouse onto the one very dead branch in this tree, and that's on making lemonades from some lemons. And that's it. You've seen it all. Thank you for joining us on this tour of our warehouse studio.
Yes, and if you have not been on the journey of us completely transforming this space, it's been a journey. It's been a multiple season series that we have here on The Sorry Girls called Loft Vibes, and we will link that down for you below.
Check it out, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye, AD. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, call me, I wish.